Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new HBO documentary, Rock Hudson, All That Heaven Allows. And this is from director Stephen Kijak and focuses on the life, career, and overall cultural impact of Rock Hudson, who was this iconic leading man of Hollywood who was with the most beautiful and most talented women in the business on screen, hiding his homosexuality. And this film brings so much emotion. And just in general, HBO has such a great track record with their documentaries, and this is yet another great one. This film really captures the story of Rock Hudson, from him being this man who comes to Hollywood, to Los Angeles, and destroys the man that he is, this timid young homosexual man, and creating this icon that is Rock Hudson. And while trying to live these parallel lives of being married and being this sexual icon for Hollywood that women just absolutely adored, and while having so many different relationships and connections with men. And this film is so interesting in the way that it brings them to the front, and we get to hear from them and their different dynamics with Rock Hudson. And there's some really, really funny moments in some of the anecdotes that these men tell about their relationships with Rock Hudson. And also the emotional weight of the closet and his death of AIDS. And as the film progresses, obviously, it becomes much more focused on certain things like McCarthyism and that just hunt for gay people in Hollywood. And then getting into the 80s with the battle against AIDS, and how him publicly dying of AIDS completely changed the landscape of support and fundraising for this disease. And this film does such a great job of painting a portrait of who Rock Hudson was, both in front of the camera, in the limelight, and in his personal life. There's so many great people that come on and give their perspectives on Rock Hudson, and the emotion that so many of them bring because the impact that he made on them and the tragedy of his death. And this film is such an interesting look at the cultural perspective of what's a star and how much of an impact somebody like Rock Hudson could have on people. Also, from a technical standpoint, it's very interesting. This film goes in the route of editing in clips from his own films and stuff like that to help further the narrative of the documentary that you're watching. Even all the way up to having like a clip from his film, one of his films that just says "the end" at the end to signify the end of this film. It brings a smoothness and helps keep the pacing going throughout this film. And tonally, I think this film balances things well, and especially important because this film gets to the end and has a lot of weight and a lot of emotion and a lot of heartbreak that's attached to it. And overall, this is an impactful and engaging and eye-opening experience looking at this iconic fixture of Hollywood, Rock Hudson. So I highly recommend this documentary. It's certainly worth your time, whether you're watching it live on HBO or on Max later. But this is especially for all of you film fans out there who love Hollywood, love filmmaking, and want to see this really deep and poignant look at one of old Hollywood's great stars. But those are my thoughts on Rock Hudson, All That Heaven Allows. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.